Everyone. Whoa. Can you hear me? I'm gonna have to turn down my hearing aid. Welcome. Our tech team reminded me that so we can record you. Good morning, Mayor. To everyone speak into the microphone. You might have to share it. A little green light will tell you it's on. Anyone from the public, when you, if you'd like to speak, please come to the microphone, okay? Because we want to have your questions and comments on tape so we can kid you about it later. I have a lunch bet with former Mayor Salka back there, so I don't know if I'm winning the bet yet, but I'm sure after today I will continue to be ahead. So at any rate, without further ado, Mr. Tyler Mannion.
Should I talk really close to it too, like Mayor Williams? Typically my mic is like on my lapel, so this is a little different. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me out here today. Pleased to be out here to talk to you all about this again this year, and I was out here last year. Last year I made my own PowerPoint, which is not a skill of mine. So this year we had the association do it. Hopefully it's a little more visually appealing for you, and it'll change up my spiel, so those of you who were here last year don't just hear the exact same thing. Again, I'm an anchor at WTOC. I anchor the 5 o'clock hour of the news Monday through Friday, so you'll see me there. But today I'm here for the Alzheimer's Association, something that I care deeply about, that I talk about a lot, anywhere that will let me. So today, very pleased that you all are letting me do that here. This is me. I'm an executive event chair for the association, for our walk in particular. Today we're going to talk about how you all can get involved in our walk to end Alzheimer's, and also what that ceremony looks like, because that's what's so special about the walk. That's that really powerful moment. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Just a little bit about the Alzheimer's Association. It is the world leader trying to find ways to cure this disease that does not have a cure. Too many of us are affected. We'll talk about the sobering statistics a little bit here as well. We're going to run through this stuff about the association rather quickly so we can get to the stuff specifically about our walk here in the Lowcountry. One of those sobering statistics is right there on the projector screen, is that right now 1 in 3 seniors is dying with Alzheimer's within our communities. Research is obviously huge. That's how we get advancements. So a lot of the money we raise at things like the Walk to End Alzheimer's goes to research. And then advocacy, we can't forget about that. We've had some great advocacy strides in South Carolina in particular. Our people in the State House are really, really good. I had lunch with Tom Davis last year, and he specifically was like, do you guys understand how great of advocates you have? Because they are on my behind all the time, and that's how we get stuff done in the State House in South Carolina. So it's a 3-pronged approach the association takes, and then they're also just always there for you. So if you have someone that you know might need some help, there are resources that you can pass along. I'm not sure if this presentation gets sent out. Does it? If not, you can Google these. They'll come up really quick. Let's talk about the walk. This is the exciting part. This is my favorite day of the year. Every year it's our walk to end Alzheimer's for the Lowcountry. It happens here in Bluffton. We also have some other ones in the area in Statesboro and in Savannah. But obviously here today we are talking about the one just down the street. So this is held all over the place. More than 600 communities nationwide hold a walk to end Alzheimer's. They go in all kinds of variants of scale. You've got places that have more than 1,000 people at these walks. They raise about $1 million. It's incredible. Here in Bluffton, we strive for about 400 to 500 folks. That's what we've historically had. We raised about $100,000. Last year's target was about $98,000 is what we ended up raising, which was fantastic. And I'll tell you, just down the street in Statesboro, we had about 40 folks. We raised about $25,000. So there really is a sliding scale of what these walks look like across the country. if you've not been to a walk, this is what the ceremony looks like. It has to do with these colors of flowers right here, and this is when I talk about the really special moment. This is what it is. So when you come in, we have everyone a little bit of time to get settled, go to a tent and grab one of these 4 flowers. As you can see, they all have a different meaning. It's a representation as to why you're there. It can be something as simple as you just want to support the cause. That's an orange flower. So you're going to hold that flower around with you. You're going to walk with it once we take that nice stroll around Bluffton. Yellow is you support or care for someone that is living with the disease. I carry a yellow flower up with me on the podium and around the walk because my mom has Alzheimer's. She was diagnosed just after the age of 50 with early onset. She is in her late 50s now, fighting every single day. And last year, she was up with me on the stage as our representative of the blue flower. So that's someone living with Alzheimer's. When we talk about the fact that there are 600 of these walks all around the country, it's a big number, right? It can be easy to get lost in the shuffle there, but I'll tell you that here in Bluffton, we are the opposite of lost in the shuffle. We're leading this fight. We might not be on the highest of research and funding, but we are on the front lines of treatment. We here in Bluffton 2 years ago had, as far as the state of South Carolina goes, so that includes places like Greenville, places like Charleston, with a lot more people than we have, we were the first ones to have a blue flower actively being treated with some of the cutting edge medications approved by the FDA. His name is Chris. He's amazing. He was up there on the stage representing everyone with the disease, and the folks from the Alzheimer's Association told me that he was the first in the state of South Carolina to do that, be the blue flower at a walk while being treated. I said, that's amazing, right? What did we do? Last year, we did it again. We had this second person, my mom, up there. So then we had back-to-back years of doing that, something that no other walk in the state of South Carolina can even say they've done once. Because here is where the progress is. It's where the hope is. It's why we continue to do this, and why when we come out to things like this, I can stand up here so confidently and tell you all that this is what we make change. This is where we make change. Purple is an all too common flower in our garden. It's for folks that have lost someone to this disease. Like we mentioned earlier, right now, 1 in 3 seniors are dying with Alzheimer's or other dementias. So you can imagine how much purple is out there in that garden. We don't want there to be any, right? But that goal is far away. And to get there, we have to continue to raise money and awareness. So as the ceremony goes, the other flower that's not on this slide right here is a white flower. And so we bring out the representatives of these flowers. For example, the orange was Senator Davis last year, and the others have folks as well that come out on the stage with me. And then we bring out a young person, a kid, with a white flower. And they stand in front of the 4 other representatives because the white flower symbolizes the first person who's going to beat this disease. That's the goal, is to have someone that can stand up there with that flower who has done that. Not just a kid who can represent the hope, but to have someone up there that can physically do that. And so that's the flower you don't see, because right now, we can't put that in our garden. But as we do, that's only going to come because we can raise more money. So Because You Walk was the theme of our walk last year. It became a call and response during the ceremony. Because that's happening, we are fueling critical progress in dementia science. We partner with clinicians to track the outcomes of those clinical projects that continue to push this forward. And right now, there are more FDA-approved medications for this disease than there ever have been before. There's not just 1 or 2. There's multiple. People have options, which is crazy, because a few years ago, there literally weren't any that were proven to slow this down. At least that's what the research is telling us. Because You Walk, we also are able to offer treatments to a lot of people. It's more applicable, it's easier to get because it's Medicaid approved, so it's more affordable. We also fight for a future, as we were talking about, where that's accessible to everyone and that we can event. Our walk details. This is for this year, when we are talking about the 2025 Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's all well and good, but how can I get involved? Right here. You can mark your calendars or whatever you want to do. It's October 25th this year, So just a few months away. Like I said earlier, is right on the promenade. It's about as close as we can get from here. The registration will open at 10 that morning, but you can pre-register, and you are encouraged to pre-register in advance. I'll put up a QR code next. Then the opening ceremony is about 45 minutes later, so you have some time to socialize that morning, kind of wake up. We, for some reason, knock on wood, always get amazingly lucky with beautiful weather. Obviously, we're in a beautiful spot. We go right down by the church, the cross. And our goals, like I mentioned, last year we raised $98,000. Our goal this year is to get to 110. So we're trying to up the ante here. We're trying to do better. We're trying to push ourselves and our community to raise more funds to make even more of a difference and an impact. Here is that QR code. This is pretty much my last slide, so I'll leave this up. If you want to register, it is free. You do not have to donate. We love when folks just come out and walk to support the cause. You don't have to immediately go in there and give a bunch of money. We're not trying to pressure anyone to do anything they don't want to do. But what you can do is just go in there, sign up to come out and have a walk with us. Enjoy a nice Saturday morning in Bluffton. If you also aren't able to make it and you want to make a monetary donation, you're able to do that as well. You can simply go on there and support one of the teams, like Starship Partyville, like the Bluffton team, like any of the other municipalities. So that's my time. You can take any questions, of course, and thanks you guys again for listening.
Tyler.
Of course,
Thank you,
Mayor.
It's great to sit next to an IT guy. Last year, I walked the slightly on, and if they want to go into that team and make a donation, help Mayor Solka catch Starship Hardyville, that challenge is open to any jurisdiction. If you want to form a team, my lunch challenge stands. So, having said that, would anyone from the board like to ask a question of Tyler? How about the public? No questions, because they're all going to come out on October 25th.
Sounds great.
Tyler, thank you very much, and good luck.
Thanks, Mayor.
One of the reasons I got involved, because no doubt I will be taking one of those other colors before too much longer. Some say I already need it. At any rate, next, thanks to Mayor Comer and Scott Marshall. We have our next guest is Megan Silsby, the Executive Director of the Lowcountry chapter of the American Red Cross. Welcome, Megan.
Good morning. Good morning, members of the Southern Lowcountry Regional Board. It's my honor to be here today. My name is Megan Silsby, and I proudly serve as the Executive Director of the American Red Cross for our Lowcountry chapter. I have the privilege of overseeing the 9 counties within my chapter jurisdiction, so everything down to the lower Lowcountry and everything up to Georgetown and Williamsburg County. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm honored to share how we're serving the Lowcountry region and to provide a face with the mission that we carry out every day. You may recognize the Red Cross because of our disaster relief efforts or when there's a blood drive, but I'm here to share some of the information on why the Red Cross is more than just that. We are your neighbors, your volunteers, and your partners in building a more safe and resilient community. Our mission is simple but powerful: to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of our volunteers and the generosity of our donors. You may relate to the Red Cross with large-scale disasters, and rightfully so. We show up in force when monumental storms wreak havoc across the Lowcountry and the United States, but we serve locally every day too. In 2024 alone, we responded to over 300 local disasters, most of them home fires. We partner with local fire departments who call on us when one of our neighbors experiences a home fire so that we can come to the scene and provide our victim support. Home fires claim 7 lives a day in the United States, And working smoke alarm cuts that risk in half. That's why we've installed over 1,000 free smoke alarms in the Lowcountry last year alone. Since 2014, this initiative has saved over 140 South Carolinian lives. In 2024, we provided food, shelter, and financial assistance to our disaster victims. And we do this at no cost to those affected, thanks to the generosity of our community and our volunteers. Just as we work to protect lives and homes, we also save lives in hospitals. Our next line of service is one that touches everybody, nearly everybody in this room, our blood services. The Red Cross is the largest supplier of blood donations, providing nearly 40% of the nation's supply. In the Lowcountry, we hosted over 1,200 blood drives and collected over 24,000 units of blood just last year alone. And the Southern Lowcountry was part of that. We routinely run drives in your communities, and even next week we have one in this very location on September 3rd. Summer is especially critical. Demand rises, but donations fall. And just one donation can save up to 3 lives. Of course, saving lives isn't just about what we do, it's also about what we empower others to do, and that's where our training services come in. Preparedness saves lives. Over 4,000 people in our region completed CPR, first aid, and AED training last year alone. We also reached 275 students through our youth preparedness programs. And while we serve the public, we also have a deep commitment to those who served our country. Last year, we provided support for our military members and their families, and it's one of our cornerstones of our mission. We proudly support them through our Hero Care Network and offering emergency communication, financial assistance, and behavioral health support. In 2024, we provided over 1,900 Lowcountry cases to military members, veterans, and their families. Behind all of this work is 696 volunteers, people just like you and me, dedicating their time, resources, who make a real difference in our community. We're grateful to have many of them serve as volunteers in your community as well. So today I'm here to help you see that the American Red Cross is not just a national organization, but a trusted local partner, an essential part of your community's safety net. We're here before, during, and after emergencies, standing alongside the people that we serve. But we can't do it alone. The strength of the Red Cross really comes from the communities that we serve. That's why I'm eager to work with each of you to better understand the unique needs of your communities, to respond with programs that make a real difference. My goal today is simple, to give you a clear picture of what we do so that when your community needs help, you know who to call. Thank you for your time, your leadership, and your partnership, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Megan. Do we have any comments or questions from the board?
Yes.
Megan, I believe, we live...
Josh, please get to the microphone.
Yes, sir. Megan, given that we live in a area that's prone to being impacted by storms and other events, what role does the Red Cross play with standing up shelters post a storm to help support those centers? And so please feel free to reach out to us to help you find those folks, because it's going to be critical to have them available if and when that need should arise.
Yeah, that would be great, and I'd happy to reach out to all of you. One of the unique partnerships that we're doing is we're going around to community groups, like, for example, the Citadel. They're hosting a shelter boot camp next week, and 40 cadets are signed up to be trained as shelter volunteers. And so that's a model that we can replicate with businesses in your community, with your town. So if you have town staff that you feel like would benefit from being trained in shelter volunteers, or if you know a business that is interested in disaster relief effort, please reach out and let me know, and I'm happy to make that partnership.
Any other questions from the board? Any comments or questions from the public? Yes, please. Go to the microphone. Make sure it's turned on. You can pull it down.
Better. You all know that the Bloodmobile is a huge thing. Where is a calendar or something so that people can know the location so they can prepare ahead?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you can go online to redcrossblood.org and type in your zip code, and a whole list of blood drives in the local community will be available for you to see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else from the public? Megan, could you please make sure that Curry has any information such as QR codes or phone numbers, and we'll make sure we get it out to the board.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Megan. Next, for those of you who don't know, there is a new YMCA being built in the city of Hardyville. And they are our next presenters. And this is, I believe, an important up front. Yes, you have to go up front, Julie. No, you have to go. I introduced you both, so you both have to go up there.
Well, I'm going to give out some information to everybody, that way you can follow along.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Michael Bostwick with the YMCA of the Lowcountry. We're excited about this project. We service Beaufort County, Jasper County, and Hampton County. That's our service area for our association. And we're excited to be able to serve. Right now, we do most of our services are north of the Broad in Beaufort, Port Royal, and we're excited.
And know we have a lot of frogs right now.
Right.
We're kind of infested. Thank you guys for inviting us to be here, and for the Alzheimer's Walk and the American Red Cross. You should know that we deal with a lot of seniors at the Y, and we rely heavily on the Red Cross to certify us, so we can't thank them heavily on the Red Cross to certify us. So we can't thank both of you guys enough for what you're doing in our communities. It means a lot to everybody. That being said, we do have a new Y coming. I apparently don't know how to work a PowerPoint. There we go. Okay. So we do want to thank everybody who has helped us out so far. As you can see, the city of Hardyville has been very instrumental, as well as other congressmen and legislators. The city of Hardyville has been very instrumental, as well as other congressmen and legislators. We've had a lot of community support through our foundations as well as private individuals. This is the site. It is off of 170. We are the first building that's going in right now in that development. So if you come in off of 170, you go to the right into the first entry, you're going to see us right there. You can't miss us. This is the layout interior. The reason that I wanted to make sure that we talk about this a little bit is that this is a direct result of a feasibility study that was done in 2017, I believe, that told us what our capacity limits were going to need to be. There was a lot of need in the region, and we needed to be able to accommodate that to whatever degree that we could. And that's how we decided on square footage, childcare rooms, and things of that nature. So this was built for the community. Okay, there we go. This is where we're at right now. Every week, J.E. Dunn, TMC, sends us pictures of where we're at, and they are moving right along. For those of you who attended our beam ceremony, we're beyond that now. We've got walls, roof. They're getting ready to start doing things inside. It's pretty crazy. This is what it looks like overhead. We're lucky to have a drone that comes and checks in on us every once in a while, as well as our bald eagles that are living out there. This is some pictures from our events, from our beam ceremony and our ribbon cutting. It was a great time, and thank you all for who came out here. The building itself doesn't matter, except for what's going in it, right? It's what we're doing inside. And we have a lot coming to your region. First thing that we have coming is youth sports. Y'all need some field space, we're gonna have it. Right now, one of the biggest concerns that the Y has, and we're talking about it regularly, is that while we have child care issues for our kids, we need something for our teens. We need to structure things for them during the summer when mom and dad's working. We see juvenile detention rates going up, and we work every day to try to figure that out for our parents and for our kids. Y'all have this stuff in your packet, so I'm not going to go too much into detail on that. Showing you guys for the adults, I wanted to point something out here. The last bullet, Parents' Night Out. Who does that? We, once a month, I believe, right, on Fridays, provide childcare in the evenings so that parents can go on a date, go out with their friends, be a part of the community. It's a huge deal. Everybody loves it. We're packed to the gills at our portal site, and we anticipate having Hardyville as well. For the community, we have a lot going on, community events. We have a lot of volunteer programs, and we do offer scholarships because we don't want to leave anybody behind, and affordability should not be a reason. That being said, this is our territory. This is a 10-mile radius around our location, and it reaches up into Ridgeland, covers a good portion of Bluffton, all the way out to our river, and then obviously down into Hardyville. That's a 10-mile radius around the Y. That's serving a lot of people, and we anticipate up to 10,000 members. Where's Bluffton? We got childcare coming. We know Bluffton's been talking a lot about childcare. We know the mayor of Hardyville's been talking a lot about childcare, and we've been listening. Childcare is only as good as what the parents can afford. And right now, market rates are about $1,200 a month for full-time care. That is expensive. Parents are working to pay childcare. Our rates at their max are $800 a month. That's a significant reduction and makes it very affordable for families. But because we have a scholarship program, we can reduce that rate by half. And we have many parents that pay $400 a month for our full-time care. This covers a wide breadth of people in the community in terms of affordability. We don't just have affordable care, though. We have very quality-oriented care. All of our child care is licensed, which means it meets state standards, and all of our staff then certified, which is why we rely heavily on the Red Cross for CPR and first aid. All of our teachers get educated, and we partner with the school systems to create our curriculum so that we can do things like STEM activities and homework assistance. Every one of our pre-Kers, 100% kindergarten ready, which we're very, very, very proud of. One thing that we do that no other child care does around here is we create a water safety curriculum because we have a pool. We're the child care with a pool. And so we're very, very big on water safety here. We believe it apropos for our region, and it's a part of our everyday child care options. This is meeting major critical need. By the time this is said and done, we will be taking on a significant percentage of the child care in this region. That being said, this is an $18 million investment that the YMCA is putting into your communities. It's a significant investment. For $15 million of that, we partnered with the USDA, okay? And we're funding that. We've gotten some help from the Department of Social Services. The city of Hardyville has given us 6 figures right now, and they're big, big advocates for us coming. We have other supporters, but we still have money left to raise. We have about $1.5 million we have to raise, and we do need this region's support. We need your municipality support, okay? It's just a fact of the matter, we are providing services and community recreation for a great many of you, and we don't want anybody left behind. That being said, as you can see, we have a lot of naming opportunities available. In your packets, you have all of this information as well as a way to get involved. Even if as a municipality you can't get involved financially, we know you have bigger communication channels than us, and we are asking that you use it to spread the words to our families, to our parents, as well as our seniors out there, letting them know that these facilities are coming for them. That being said, we're going to turn it back over to Mike, and he's going to show you what this building looks like, okay? Thanks.
Al, can you help him out?
Help to that. I don't have my tech guy with me. There we go. Walk-in entry to the pool. So for those that have trouble with stairs, you still just walk right into the pool without having to deal with stairs of any sort, which is a big plus for us. We deal with a lot of physical therapy patients, a lot of seniors, and so having easy access is very important. Fitness gym will be wide open where you can work out, exercise, state-of-the-art equipment. I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Wisconsin to meet with Matrix, who did Hardyville's equipment, to look at all their new updated equipment that we're going to be purchasing for the new Y. So we're excited about that coming up as well. We'll have a separate spin room, a separate aerobics studio room. There's the aerobics room. We'll have nutritionists, massage therapists on staff that will be providing services to the community as well. That's the entrance to the child care center. So they'll have an entry, there'll be a scan to come in, you'll see double doors, they'll have to be scanned in to come into the door. And then you'll have separate rooms based off of age groups. We're going to be providing 2 through 5-year-old pre-K program. educational based, so all kids will be coming out ready to go into kindergarten and go to school. So that gives you a great view of the Y overall. This is a two-phase YMCA. That's just the first phase of the Y. We do have land to the right of it, which would be the second phase that we plan on, hopefully in the not so far future, being able to expand. Any questions on the project or anything that you saw that I can answer? Sure, nobody?
Anyone from the board, any comments or questions?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to answer or she does, but I was just curious with your scholarship program. How does that work? How is that, you know, where it said 12, 8, 400? And
So-
also in the same thing when you're talking, like how many kids are you going to be able to handle?
Okay, so to start, just so an example, at our current Y, we give out $320,000 in scholarship last year. That's for childcare, licensed childcare, that's for after school, that's for summer camp, that's for membership. So you can get scholarship for any of the programs we offer. Youth sports, swim lessons, we give away close to 1,000 free swim lessons, so that's all of our programs that we offer. Typically, in childcare, we see about 50 to 60% of our clients are on some sort of scholarship. And our scholarship works based off the poverty scale, government poverty scale, based off of your income and number of people in your household is what determines your scholarship percentage. Okay? So we have 3 classrooms. There'll be a 2, 3-year-old, 3 to 4, and a 4 to 5-year-old classrooms, and we expect, depending on licensing, but typically based off of what we have now, we expect there to be about 60 to 70 spots.
Combined?
Yep. So it could be more than that, depending on how licensing tells us. They determine that based off square footage.
That's great.
Yeah, so we're excited. We are super thankful for Hardyville and their support of this project. We couldn't be doing this without them. Fisher family, Jeff Coggin, they donated the land, so that was a big donation. They also made a cash donation as well towards the project, which has really helped. We hope that town of Bluffton, Beaufort County would look at supporting this program, since we're going to be providing so many services to your people in your local areas. So please come see us and come by if you want to tour in person. I'd be glad to show you around. I got it. Just give me. I know I'm not great at this.
Take it easy, boss.
I'm not used to being the one that has to.
Fix one thing and then you're on the hook forever. There you go.
So we do have naming opportunities, so if you do donate, you can have some naming rights within the building for your area that you're supporting. So, you know, if the city of Bluffton wanted to have childcare naming rights, they could put their name on the building if they would like to. So we appreciate it. Thanks for your time. I probably took over my time. Mayor Harry told me I need to stay within certain time limits.
Well, wait a minute. I haven't offered the public
Okay.
yet. Anyone from the public like to ask a question, make any comments? You again?
Julie, you're not allowed to.
Let your constituents know, yes, we're going to have pickleball.
Yeah, we definitely will have pickleball as part of it. We've learned you have to have that. We're dealing with that in Port Royal, and we're trying to offer more of that in our current location, and we know that will be part of as we expand and as we start in our new site as well. We do have the first part of the pictures that you saw was about the first 10 acres. We have 10 other acres part of that project to do other projects like more pickleball courts and a gymnasium, things like that. Fields.
Todd, given the demographics of Beaufort County, the naming of the outdoor pickleball court, the Beaufort County Pickleball Court, would be, I think, totally appropriate, don't you?
Oh yeah, I think that'd be great.
What do you say about that, Tam?
Mike, what do you think? Mike, you put that forward to the council?
I say I have pickleball courts already.
Yeah,
Like too many.
yeah, it's definitely a growing fun sport. So we anticipate a lot of seniors, so we know we're going to have water aerobics, pickleball, things like that, special senior classes that, for those 55, 60 and up type of classes. Anything else I can answer? Again, please stop by the site. We're not far away, and we'd love to see you and come by and kind of give you a tour, and we can kind of go through all the things that we will be offering.
Mike, could you go to the membership cost for people just so they know?
Yeah, typically membership's around $50 for individual, $85 for a family. Different levels, a little bit less for seniors and for military, but we do have scholarships. So I think Julie talked a little bit. We're not going to turn anybody away. If they need help and they want to participate in our programs or be a member, we can offer them scholarship as well. But that's about what the rates will be. Same as they are in Port Royal.
Is that per month or per year?
Per month. Yep.
And I found out at the beam signing that Mayor Phillips is on the board of directors. Is that not correct, Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have a good Port Royal representation.
Any other questions? Stephen?
Excuse me, just out of curiosity, are y'all planning on doing your own athletics?
We will be doing youth sports. We usually start around age 3 to 12 as our range for the youth sports. We will be providing that. My hope is to partner with Hardyville and Jasper to partner with them to be able to provide some more services for them as well. But yes, we will be providing some programs for those
Open to
ages.
just members or anybody in the community?
Anybody. So you don't have to be a member to participate in any of our programs. We do have non-member rates or ways to be able to participate. So like swimming, you don't have to be a member. You can pay a different rate, separate rate for that. Okay. Any other questions? Very good questions. Anybody else?
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I appreciate the time.
Just a note, since childcare came up, I know we have a couple of jurisdictions bringing forward the resolution to their councils in September. Just to let you know, I have been working with one of Jasper's lobbyists, and I'll be working with the MASC to help, once we have everyone who wants to be part of it, help us in terms of what steps we can take to get this on the agenda, this child tri-share agenda up in Columbia for the next budget season. I'm told that getting it on the speaker's radar is essential if we're going to be able to get something going from the state to participate in the tri-share program. So as soon as everybody gets together, I'll be working on how do we get it up to the state level as well. And if anybody has any suggestions about that, please, let me know. The Y could potentially be a great test area for tri-share, as well as the other programs that they have.
Quick question for you. Have you received all of the resolutions from all the bodies at this point, or are there still some outstanding?
I think Hilton Head has. Thank you, Mr. Tech. So I could, since you're IT, I could call you IT. A new nickname. Oh, great. It's that Jersey humor. I'm sorry. It gets me in trouble all the time. Now I totally forgot. Hilton Head and Jasper and Beaufort, I believe, they're going to have it on their September agendas. Is that correct? Okay. Who else? I know Hardyville, Bluffton, and Beaufort have passed it. Mayor Phillips, that Port Royal discussed it yet? Okay. forgot who was in and who not. And I'll have to check with the MSC. I think they might have it on their September agenda as well. So we have a few more, should be wrapped up September. I'm going in October to a MASC advocacy meeting, so we'll try to get the next steps, affordable housing programs that each jurisdiction has going on. Two reasons for that. Number one, so that we know what's happened, but also perhaps some of us could get ideas from our fellow jurisdictions on what. So as a part A of that presentation, it would be, a brief part of it would be what affordable housing, attainable housing programs that you have in your jurisdiction. So that's that you have in your jurisdiction. So that was the proposal that was put forward. I'd like to hear from the board what you'd like to see on the September agenda, so I can get that done before I leave September 7th for my trip.
Excuse me, Mayor Williams, I had emailed about a suggestion about USCB coming to make a presentation about, and I think we had talked about September potentially. I didn't know if
we could do that, or we could do that October. I mean,
I'll leave it up to the committee.
That's another suggestion. As we all know, USCB has a proposal for a new convocation center and also for athletic fields. And they did have a program up at the school about a month ago where they presented it. And so Dr. Panu would like to come and present that, as well as the chair of the board is Dick Stewart. So that's another potential agenda item. It's up to the board. Do you want to do that in September and do the jurisdictional updates later? Any thoughts?
Probably could do both, couldn't we?
Well, the jurisdictional updates, since we have 8 jurisdictions, probably take 2 each month. Hardyville at the last meeting, volunteered to go first, but I would need another volunteer, another jurisdiction to go with it because to fill the hour.
What if we did the workforce housing affordable? Pick it up by the pace. If we did, okay, I'll try. If we save the jurisdictional updates later, but did the housing and USCB, I think that those two could probably fit in at the same time. What do y'all think about that?
Mayor, the housing thing would really be jurisdiction by jurisdiction.
Okay.
So I don't know if we could fit all 8 jurisdictions in one housing, unless you want to hold a 2-hour meeting.
No. The comedy shows going on the road sometimes.
Any other thoughts from the board?
I would probably then say that USCB, being that is of eminent kind of nature, and once they get through with that, then they're going to be looking at additional housing, student housing, hopefully on Hilton Head. So I'll make the recommendation that we go with USCB.
I have another thought. We could probably do, it's going to be in Hardyville, so we could probably do USCB and have Hardyville ready to go and to fill the hour if necessary. Does that sound? Is that okay? And then for October, Alan, you'll have to set October's agenda, get 2 volunteers for October, okay? We try to keep these meetings to an hour, so if we have 2, generally they're, 25 minutes, and that allows for questioning in there. And then, the rest of the time, we set the agenda for the next meeting. Okay, so, Mayor, I'll get the agenda together. I'll talk to Dr. Panu, and Josh is here. He'll be prepared to give an update on Hardyville. Great. Having said that, thank you all for coming. The meeting is adjourned. Oh, I'm sorry. Does anybody from the public have any comments or questions, suggestions? Oh, Jody, come on up. I didn't see you back there.
I snuck in late. Thank you, Mayor. Just a quick note for those of you that have TriShare on your agendas for the month of September. On Thursday, August 21st, the Wall Street Journal had an article calling How to Fix Our Broken Childcare System. And TriShare was one of the suggestions placed in this article. So it's not something that's new and different. It's just not here. And we need to get in front of the 8 ball. So just wanted to say thank you to all of those who have passed it. Let you know that our committee is ready and willing to come speak to whatever jurisdiction would like more information. We're going to Beaufort County, I think, next week. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Jody. Anyone else from the public? Just before I close, I do want to say thank you to Jocelyn for having a wonderful survey and given the results of that last week. It was very informative. And I thank the Real Estate Association for getting that grant and doing that polling. Thank you. On that note, thank you for coming, everyone. 5 minutes early. Enjoy your week.